This is 180 Conversations with tens of millions of LinkedIn invites, emails going out each and every single week. What are you doing to sound different? It's all about engaging your prospects. But to engage your prospects, you're going to have to think different and you're going to have to sound different. Let's go.
Today we have a little bit of an alternative change the conversation. We know that not all of the outreach that you're doing is via email. And so today we've got a voicemail that we're going to play for you and give you a little bit of perspective from our team on feedback. So this voicemail comes to us from one of my clients. He's an individual that works for a company that we work with, and he's given us permission, which I think takes a lot of courage, by the way, gives us permission to use this voicemail as part of our episode. So we're going to play it for you and then break down some of the feedback and thoughts that we have.
Kylie, you may have seen some of my emails from the past few months, but I don't expect you to necessarily remember that. I work in transition management and thought a conversation could be relevant for you, but I don't want to make assumptions here. If you would like to discuss transition management or any of the other content I've provided recently, please feel free to get back in touch. My number is... Thanks very much.
So my first response to that, Kylie, more appropriately, my first reaction, because that's what it is, to that is, I love the brevity. I loved how he mentioned the giving, because he's giving first. I loved his neutrality. You could feel it in his voice and his cadence and how he delivered his message. I didn't feel like I was on the hook. I didn't feel pressured. I just felt like it was appropriate follow-up or engagement. What I would have liked him to add is something to remind me of what he sent. Decision makers get sent a lot of stuff. So something a little bit more to trigger my memory would have been spot on.
Would give you more context.
Yes.
Yeah. And I will say, this was the first practice cold call that this client did. I was super impressed. What impresses me so much about this voicemail is, one, there was a lot of nervousness and apprehension in doing the call, and he completely overcame it and did it anyway. And we had just met yesterday on this and had practiced what he was going to say. And he just put it to work within 24 hours. So I love that he has this go-getter attitude about all of this and is willing to try and make mistakes and fail so he can learn. And he's not wasting any time.
Again, clear, concise, deliberate. Loved all that. I think the best compliment you just gave him was his effort and willingness to make mistakes, and we'll say maybe at times fail in the short term so he can succeed in the long term.
If you're ready to get uncomfortable and level up to high performer status, find out how you can change the conversation by sending us your sales outreach via email or voice recording at podcast@lapin180.com. We're going to anonymously share these with our listeners and offer feedback for you.